to Endo holding Tag's body. Clem, you're there. At this moment, Tag is dead. Blood, like the pink hue of Tag's skin, is like more. There's a lot more white than red. You look at Endo, and Endo is just not there, like fully just gone. Kind of like funeral marching. Endo just looks at you kind of blankly, and then just starts heading toward heading out of the alleyway, and then Tag spasms. From the outside in, you guys kind of see like, kind of in slow motion from the outside, Tag's hand if you know when fire moves in slow motion, it's kind of like weird and like wispy, and it kind of just like moves as if it's like it itself is a being. When you see like super slow-mo fire, that's kind of what you're seeing happen to Tag's right arm as it like chars and like flays the skin and burns up, and then kind of just like poofs out the back. And that moment, that's when Tag spasms, falls out of Endo's arms, and lands on the floor with 1 hit point.
That's not a good sound to make. He's definitely like...
Is that the canonic?
No, he's like... Shit. Like, kind of picks himself
Wait,
up.
where are we relative to the riot? Is it like...
We walked further away.
We're
the
safe
riot's
from
like,
the
you
riot?
can hear the riot like quickly dying down, and like people like getting arrested and getting stabbed, like...
But it's
It's
like...
bad news, but it's like it's a non-issue for you guys.
Okay.
You're like 4 streets down.
Okay. And you just like come back like hissing. You're like...
Hissing, like yeah.
As
like,
if
I don't know.
I'm assuming Tag makes a sound as if you just like fully grabbed a hot pan.
Oh yeah, like 100%.
The sound you would, and even like you even hear like that sizzle.
Yeah.
And you smell burnt skin.
I was gonna say it probably stinks.
It stinks.
And
like
also just
high
fell
hell.
out of Endo's arms onto the ground.
So you're on the floor,
like
in the dirt.
Clem will like rush over just to like check on Tag.
Endo is just like
Tag.
they just saw death.
Yeah.
Tag, are you okay?
No. Yes.
Can I make a check to look at the arm?
Before Tag is like
Clem reaches for your arm.
yeah, she's like hold on, and like
Clem's
puts like sits up, kind of like just kind of sits there for a second, and then like looks directly at Clem and is just like, we're here.
You're here.
Together. We're here together. We're good. Endo's here too. This looks bad. What are you gonna say?
That's insane. When Tag reminds Clem that Endo's there, I would like Clem to turn to Endo and cast a spell on him.
You're gonna use your last spell slot? What are you gonna
use
do?
one of my last spell slots to cast Mind Sliver on Endo.
Wait, can you read me Mind Sliver?
You drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of a creature you can see within range.
Yeah, go for it. Roll a spell
You know what
attack.
I'm doing? You need to succeed on an intelligence saving throw.
I need to find Endo's fucking...
And I would like the psychic spike to, in Endo's voice, say, "We're not that close," because that's what Endo said when we were trying to save his godforsaken, stupid, sorry ass, and Tag almost fucking died.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Literally,
Endo was also.
I would like a "we're not that close" formed disorienting spike of psychic energy directly into this jackass's mind.
What kind of save?
Intelligence.
Oh fuck you! It's a +0. You got a 3.
Okay, then you're going.
Hold on. How much damage do you do?
It is 1d6.
Do you add anything?
No.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, I think Endo had 8 hit points.
Yeah,
at the
that's
end of
what I
the
was
last
That's
session,
why.
which is exactly why I
Let's
liked
do
Mind
6.
Sliver. I do want this to hurt, and that was a 6.
Okay.
So.
Shit.
So,
And I'll back up the rest with what I said afterwards. I will quote back to Endo, "We're not that close," and then be like, "Tag
he's
nearly
throwing up on the floor.
died
Hold on,
saving
hold on,
you."
hold on.
Blood is coming out of Endo's
Okay,
ears.
Why? Hold on.
He's on all
What?
fours, like throwing up, and he just looks at you right in the eyes.
Clem's like with the teeth
Stop,
and the.
stop. Yeah, hey.
I didn't ask you to come save me. And he stands up and walks away.
Good.
You gotta go talk about that later. But
No.
he'll be okay. He's got, I don't know.
He's got himself.
He's
if
got
nothing
himself.
else.
You know, okay.
No one to get him out of situations like that.
Except he did. He had you and me. And
You look back up and Endo's vanished.
Fuck. That's we'll find him later.
Yeah. Find him later.
I don't know. He shouldn't have said that. But it did. It's weird. It's weird vibes.
How's your arm?
It hurts a lot. It hurt like really bad, but I don't really want to look at it right now. But it's good.
Without an insight check, you've known each other an amount of time to tell that Tag is lying through his teeth, and you know that it's the worst pain the Tag's ever felt, and he's gotten knocked out multiple times.
You were punched out was that yesterday?
He got
the day before?
Tag got
2
what
days ago.
hit
Yeah.
KO'd, and if that attack had damaged, his nose bone would have gone into his brain
Yeah.
and killed him. But it's like he was like a Ty Lee key strike that just knocked him out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I look at the arm with some Arcana knowledge? Maybe with or without. I guess I don't know how well I can hide looking directly at his arm, but I want to know what about the arm, like what happened to cause you to die and then immediately. Is that something I can do?
Roll an Arcana check, and as you're rolling, I'll just start, and then depending on what you get,
Okay. I mean,
that will be how much you know. Because
don't
Ty
worry.
can also
you're
just
knowledgeable enough about magic, about history. I think your like history score is like super high. You got over a 20. It looks like.
I got a 22.
Yeah.
Either history or Arcana, whatever's like most relevant in this situation.
Okay, I'll say it's Arcana, because that the first thing you notice without even a check is it's a stink you recognize. It's a stink that not only you felt off of Tag, it's a stink you felt to yourself. The spell that Daron splatted out and hit everybody also hit you guys.
Creepy.
The same magic, but
Daron's weird.
you think that, and then you're like, how could this be the same magic as Daron? Daron's not that powerful. He's not here. He's not a cleric. He doesn't have like revivify or resurrection or true resurrection.
I guess that's a good question. Is how sure? Because my medicine checks weren't that good last time. How sure am I that Tag actually died?
With your over 20 Arcana check and that information that you're kind of putting together, you saw Tag die. Like, you've seen dead people before, and Tag looked like a dead person, and now Tag looks fucked up. Tag looks like disheveled, bleeding profusely from the head, has a weird arm now, weird scary arm. Tag is alive again, and like, you're not a cleric, Endo's not a cleric, you didn't have health potions, that shouldn't have happened.
Dun, dun, dun.
You remember
It's like a whodunit, but not whodunit like who killed you. It's like a whodunit as in like who revived this guy.
Who brought you back?
Who brought you back?
I mean, you remember Daeron casting the spell, and you also remember. This is just a lot of, you're kind of like, we're sitting in this moment a lot, but this is you just going through your mind palace of like everything that happens connecting to this. Before all of the events of this campaign, you knew Daeron to be a draconic sorcerer. And draconic sorcerers can't do what he did. You also saw him with the tome you found, which is probably the most evil thing you've ever encountered in your life. And Daeron was wielding it.
Casual wielding.
And
It was from your bike injuries.
you...
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that the magic...
This is getting a little better though.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Ow.
Did you fall off a bike and hit your leg?
No. It does look... I did notice that today, is it is kind of healing centrally and then bruised more on the outside, kind of like Lexi's bruise is. But, no.
This has just been like an impact.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll tell you with that over 20 without... This is a subject you will have to, if you want to, read more about, because this is getting into like restricted territory, which is why the book was there. But the magic from that book and the magic and like the essence you're feeling from that arm start to connect. And you know that that's not because of Daeron.
Okay. So Clem's like looking just sort of like Endo's like walked away and we're just sort of like, I don't know, like thinking about him being gone, and you watch as like Clem's like kind of like cooling off from it, but like just sort of like looking like back and forth to your arm, kind of looking at your horns, your like broken horn in your arm.
That's an interesting
sort of
point
like,
you bring up. Tag's more tiefling features. Your horns, Tag's horns are longer.
Yeah.
It's still like slightly broken.
Oh, they're longer than they were before?
They're longer. They're more feral looking, I'll say.
Yep.
You fucking died.
Right after
died.
you finalized it. Now you gotta have longer, more feral horns.
Their tail kind of whips more. I mean, I don't know how your tail used to work, but
it was
I'm
pretty
saying
flappy.
It's just kind of like, I don't know, every aspect of tiefling that Tag has like
Digivolve too.
It's kind of cranked in a more meaner way. Like even your body posture, I'll say Tag's body posture has gotten more like, for lack of a better term, like aggressive.
Did it break more? What's up with it? Wait,
you're feeling your horns and they're longer.
What the shit? That's.
Clem looks like kind of like haggard, but obviously from the like sort of riot situation, but like kind of like pained, kind of freaked out a little bit, kind of scared.
I'll even say with that, like you even catch yourself in like a window behind Tag, and you're like, I know what I look like. I can see it. I'm like there's no normal tiefling, but I'm like a general tiefling. Tag has.
I mean, Clem, from at least what I've drawn from Clem, like, like he's got like little squishier features.
Softer features.
Yeah, like the horns are just like little horns, and the
only
tail is just like
feature
tail.
Are your teeth.
Yeah, I've got the like spiky shark teeth, but
the best shark teeth.
But other than that, not like too like like spiky, scary looking, I guess.
Yeah.
And so like Clem's just sort of like looking almost like pained at you, or like like fearful, and like is like, we should get you back to the others.
Yeah, probably. Fuck.
Can you walk? Can you stand?
Yeah. No, I'm just. I know I didn't. When that happened, like 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
What? When what happened?
When
you died?
Yeah. Right. That. Yes. I died. And God, like the coffee is not letting me like process thoughts. I'm like getting to speaking, and then the caffeine is like.
Wait, Andy.
That's Andy.
Coffee.
Andy cuts in. Sorry.
I mean, I feel like it fits in the scenario where the person in front of you, I feel like Tag is both trying to hide some of it, but also doesn't really.
Yeah.
You can tell they're just like not maybe saying like one or two things, but he physically doesn't know how to process what happened to him, I think.
I want to tell you about this. I gotta think about it more because I want you to know. I want you to be in the know.
You okay?
Maybe. No, probably not. We should go find Endo.
Roll a deception check.
I said maybe no.
Well, I was saying, you said, are you okay? Maybe.
It's a.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I should roll insight.
If you beat that's pretty decent.
14.
Oh, I've got more decent insight than that. 21.
They're not okay.
No.
Tag is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. But it stands up.
How steady does Tag look?
I mean you can get a short rest as you walk back to the tower, but 1 HP steady.
Yeah.
You both have leveled up. You will have leveled up, and you'll get the like benefits after you sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, there's something I said in the last episode that I want to honor here. As you guys start standing up and walking away, your gun flies in from outside of the alley into the alley. Endo, when you had died,
Endo took my gun.
Endo took your gun off and put it in his pocket. You can tell Endo probably realized he then had your gun and just threw it into the thing, into the alleyway.
He threw my gun into the alley?
Oh, I forgot I had this here.
Oh, back to me.
Yeah, but it hit the wall and was out on the floor a couple times.
So you just have your gun back.
Yeah, I just got my gun. Okay.
Cool. You just got your gun back in a passive aggressive sort of way.
That's unnecessary, but thanks, Endo.
Wait, what's that? You know that level up music in Fire Emblem? Whenever you level up, it plays the level up music.
Yes.
I'm imagining that.
Oh yeah.
We should also play some music.
Oh, it's the saddest music ever. Give me a sec. Tag.
Wait, would you look?
I just opened a new tab and I was just like, oh no, I have some NADPOD stuff I can find. And as you go to reach for your gun, Tag, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
You got your gun from your dad, right?
Yeah.
As you reach for it, do you want to maintain that connection to your gun, it being your primary weapon? Do you want to maintain that connection to your gun, or do you want to release that connection? Not it's an active choice that you're releasing it. It's just, do you want to actively maintain that connection?
What? The connection from...
because it's an heirloom. It's not it itself is not a magical item that your dad blessed or whatever.
No, yeah.
But it's just it's a personal item.
Yeah.
Do you want to maintain that, or do you... Or is that not an active thing that you would like to maintain?
I think he wants to maintain that.
Okay. You pick up your gun.
Mm-hmm.
It feels normal. It feels a little weird in your new hand, almost
Do I pick it up with my right hand?
I mean, do you pick it up?
No, I'm not touching.
You go to pick it up and you're like, oh, no, that hand's not working right now. No. And you kind of weirdly put it in your you weirdly put it in your holster.
Quick draw tag.
I mean, can't I?
So this is.
I feel like I make all my characters ambidextrous.
Are you ambidextrous?
I have a coin.
Why is a coin required?
Heads, I am. Or I don't know what that is. Fairy, I am. Skull, I am not.
Oh yeah, what is heads or tails? It's fairy or...
It's the Reaper and the Trickster.
I am ambidextrous, so
Is that how you decide if... No, I mean, are you Andy ambidextrous?
No!
Oh, but you make your characters ambidextrous.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Because I want to be ambidextrous.
Oh, I mean,
but
mood, sure.
It's so hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That hand dominance, man.
Right hand.
Cool.
So wait, and your right hand was the wacky. So you're right-handed. Well, no, tag is ambidextrous, I guess.
I'll say you're ambidextrous. You're technically ambidextrous, but you favor your right hand.
Yes.
And that's. I mean, that was your shooting hand.
And your burning hand.
Now this.
That's your shooting hand and your singeing hand.
The hand burned.
A really stupid joke.
As you. Now Tag can't masturbate.
What are you?
That's what Andy was gonna say.
It's the hand you use for your. That's the hand you hold your gun in, huh?
That's the hand that Andy wants.
That's Tag's biggest concern, of course.
Like, oh no, I'm dying. I think I just died. You know, my hand is burned. I need like a dopamine hit or something.
No, I can't. Describe to me how you two walk out of town together. There's been like an emotional shift, not necessarily bad, goods, closer, further apart, but I'd say things are different.
Tag has 1 HP.
Tag has 1
I'm
HP.
Not looking at him, but I am like, he's like over my shoulder. I'm like supporting his weak body. His weak, just
My
having
weak
died
body.
So
Right.
I'm just sort of like Clem's just like.
So you're on the other side of
looking
the arm.
ahead at What do you mean?
You're not
I got my
supporting
left
the
arm.
dead arm.
Either one. Yeah, which I mean,
I don't know if
Yeah, I think.
I'll support the the normal arm. I'll support the normal arm, and you'll have the dead arm kind of like
He's
off
like-
to the side.
He's kind of holding it like
you know,
away from
yeah,
himself a
away.
little bit. He's
And
like, I
Clem's
don't
just
want
sort of
anything
like-
to touch this.
Clem just watched somebody like that, you know. Actually, you know what? Clem just watched somebody that he cares quite a bit about die, and then come back to life. You know, in maybe a disturbing way, and somebody that like, you know, he also thought he cared about almost die, and then kind of be like a jerk for basically no reason, you know, because like we just saved that poor fool's life, you know. Would have been just like a pointless fight to the death otherwise, you know, that frankly Endo is very likely to have lost given what we were looking at. With the other guards in the riot and stuff. So, you know, Clem's got like 1,000 yard stare.
Just disassociating casually.
I mean, you know.
Cool.
And we're going to one of the guard, like a abandoned guard.
like
Yeah.
a far, like
Yeah.
On the far side of
basically in
town?
between Ikarn and
Yeah.
Kane. You when Camille was describing it to you guys, you like vaguely remember it as you were like passing out of town.
I feel like we're not taking like the main road, so obviously like definitely just kind of sticking kind of more to the side streets.
We're going pretty slow.
Cool.
Slow and steady.
Yeah.
Give me, for like most of the reasons you described, it's a very low DC, but give me a perception check with disadvantage because you guys are emotionally kind of not looking for things. You're going in side streets, so you might miss it.
8.
10 perception. 10.
Cool. You're in your own head. It was only a DC 10. I'm undercutting this somber moment. You see an overturned cart and 2 boots sticking out of the bottom of it that you recognize.
What do you mean that we recognize? Who do we recognize it from?
Who'd you put in a cart and then send away?
Wait, he didn't get out of town?
He couldn't. He failed 3 at strength.
No, but I thought the horse got out of town.
Oh, the horse got out of town.
Oh, okay.
He was smashed into a wall. So, yeah. Do you go over and investigate?
In Clem's current state, I kind of feel like no. Like, just sort of maybe acknowledge it and then, like, continue.
Do you think Clem would acknowledge it enough or tell Tag? Acknowledge it for long enough for Tag to be like, "What are you looking at?"
I don't know. I mean, Clem would look at it for
just do like
look
a
at
side
it for
glance.
like a while, I guess. Just like look at it, but not really like break stride, and just sort of like look at it for longer than Clem has looked around at any because Clem's just been like looking kind of forward at the tower and then just like kind of down at the shoes. So I think it's probably up to Tag actually if he notices Clem
Tag,
looking at it.
Do you think Tag would?
Like Clem's
be out of his own
like
way.
overtly sort of like looking at the shoes, but just like dejectedly kind of continuing on without slowing down.
I feel like oh my god, he probably like finally thinks of something to like say because he hates awkward like long silences and then
poor boy doesn't like quiet
to like talk to Clem and then sees that Clem is looking over and is like, what's up? What's that fucking...
It's nothing. Let's keep going.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll continue.
You did more service to him than he deserved.
Yeah.
And...
feeling that a lot.
Well, now he's not feeling that at all.
I mean, the feet are like twitching and moving.
Oh, he's actually feeling that. Probably... Actually, well, he could be paralyzed from the waist down. No, I'm not gonna yell at him. No.
Feel it or not, it's fine. It's his own business now.
Yeah.
You hear a voice in your head. Check your DMs. Only Tag hears this.
My DMs. Oh my god, I'm
DMs.
talking so into the microphone now. We're in my DMs.
You got your DMs.
My DMs.
DMs. Oh.
What?
Was that? Did I get something too?
No,
I did.
Oh, you did
something.
get a text? Cool.
I did, and it's that Grandpa solved the Wordle today.
Man,
that's what I
Clem's
got.
patron.
I'm gonna say two very different tones.
Yeah, extremely important messages. I'm glad I got
the
one
most too. As serious as have you heard anyone?
What if I don't? Do we have time for that right now?
You just hear an exhale,
do I hear,
and you just start to feel pain.
Okay.
Do I hear Tag respond to a voice?
Do you respond out loud, or do you respond in your head?
He's thinking this.
Oh, okay.
You feel
like he says what at first out loud, but then the rest of it.
Yeah,
is...
but like what? And then you feel Tag just stiffen.
What? Saying what and then stiffen? What's happening? Are you okay?
We should go put him out of his misery. Hold on.
Who?
Keller. He's,
No.
You endless mercy. That's what you're talking. You have your endless mercy. Listen, I feel like I am being stabbed in the kidney, in the lung, and in my left shoulder blade. And I was like,
it's to do with Keller.
He's over there, right?
No. Nope. We don't need to go back for Keller.
We're like 5 feet away from him.
We don't need to go.
It's I could hit him from here.
Why are you hitting him?
I could hit him from here.
And Clem's like pretty like visibly like distressed, like why?
He turned.
You hear
basically
as
spat
if
in your
there's a voice
face
right behind your head saying, "Now."
Can I even like aim and like?
You can attack like.
We don't need to be doing this tag.
You don't have to do this.
No.
I might.
We let him out. He's fine.
No, he's not fine. We're Don't make that face at me, please. You know I'm a criminal. I need you to turn around for 2 seconds, please.
You feel the pain getting worse?
Criminal is one thing.
Do you want me to die again?
I don't want you to die. Why do you have to kill him?
I only have 2 d10s.
It's for Switchfoot, and it's for Hinda, and it's for him shitting all over you.
He didn't kill Switchfoot.
But if he was dead instead, maybe Switchfoot wouldn't be.
We don't know that, though.
We
don't know that.
There's a lot of dice that Lucas is rolling.
We don't know that, Tag.
Tag walks away from Clem and is gonna go. Old stumbles more. I guess. It is just like, I need to do this for Hinda. I'm sorry.
That expression that I'm making is literally the expression you see. It's just sort of like a little bit of horror and just like
I'm sorry.
fear.
I'm sorry. I need to do this for Hinda right now.
Your target is prone. You have advantage on them.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna roll a pure luck check for our friend Keller.
He's already dead.
He's lying on the ground. He's not tied up, but he's just lying on the ground, just like moaning, like, oh fuck, oh god, that goddamn horse rode me. And then he kind of just like sits, like not like sits up, but kind of just like leans up and just, fuck.
Tag, he's fine. Look, we don't need to talk to him anymore. We don't need to do anything with him anymore. We don't need to deal with him. He's fine. He can be left to himself.
He's not fine.
Keller can be left to himself.
He wanted to go anyway at some point.
He wanted to leave the town.
I think I remember him saying that.
Or something's gonna happen.
Oh my god, yeah, okay. The sad faces you make are so mean.
Oh man. Well, good. They should be. Tag should feel the sad faces.
He's feeling a lot. He's feeling a lot of feelings.
I mean, for the record, me, Danny, I fucking love this.
Oh my god, I am sweating viscerally. He's just gonna very sadly like turn away from Clem and then walk up to Keller and like,
kid, what are you doing?
You wanted a way out. You wanted a way out.
And then you just, as you cock your gun.
Oh no.
You have advantage.
I don't remember what I add to hit.
It's I guess it's your strength, but not
strength and proficiency.
Is it for firearms too?
For tag it is.
Oh, cool. Neat. That's kind of cool.
So 16.
You raise your gun and cock it. You go to, like, you're hesitating to pull the trigger. Which hand are you using?
Not my right one.
Cool. So you have your gun out and you're kind of just pointing it at not Barrett, at Keller, hesitating, and then he just like looks at you and you just see his expression just wipe, like terror. The feelings you were feeling of terror in the void, you can see on his face, and then you follow your order. You pull the trigger. Keller's dead.
I feel like
you don't. It's like a scene from Revenge of the Sith when Order 66 happens. You're kind of just, you can't really see Keller because Tag has stepped in between, not like intentionally or anything, but
Tag can definitely still hear Clem being like,
yeah,
Tag,
you
please.
You're pleading for Tag. It's just almost like Tag's.
If this were a movie, you'd hear Clem like in your like
just like fading out.
You'd hear the like Tag, please, but you'd hear it in the like muffled, and then you just hear the bullet noise.
You hear the bullet noise, Clem. You see the flash, and then you hear a and Keller's dead in front of you.
Tag turns back around. does not look at Clem.
Good.
I was gonna say by the time you turn,
Quicker next time.
I think by the time you turn back to Clem, he's like backing away. He's like not breaking eye contact with you, but like backing away from you.
Tag is like head, eyes down, and just like, okay, let's go. Then just starts walking, but without Clem's help.
You roll a d6.
I don't want to. 2.
And what's your charisma modifier?
Whoa.
3.
On 6.
You have 6 health now. Oh. You see Tag has a little bit more. Not, he's still fucked up. Still like at the end of his ropes. Has a little bit more juice in the tank.
It's like taking a shot of apple cider vinegar.
You're like, so Clem will like watch Tag like kind of stand up like a little bit more solidly and like walk a little bit more assuredly with more balance, and maybe like not follow you, and just sort of like maybe like sort of like clutch like index as like a security blanket, and just sort of like kind of continue to like sort of slowly like back away from Tag.
Almost as you go to like kind of just like even just touch Indy for comfort, like the book switches sides on you and is in front of you now.
What are you doing? We gotta go.
You gotta go. I don't think I can follow you.
You can't go back to the school.
I can't go there.
Clem.
Clem will go. Clem will turn around and run.
You're gonna run away?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no!
I'm gonna run away.
Oh my god.
We'll schoolboy the big book.
What
Let's
does
run
Tag
away.
do?
I guess he's gonna like kind of not run after you, but like follow you back? I don't know.
You see Tag start, you turn around and I'm gonna say just start running. Not like sprinting, but like just kind of like running away. You hear, this is the first time you feel like you've like noticed, because you've been fighting together a lot. This is the first time you've noticed how like heavy Tag's footfalls are as he runs. Tag's not a small person. Tag's not a weak person. All these thoughts of Tag's really strong. Tag's been doing a lot of damage in our fights. Tag's Tag's bigger than me. Tag's different looking. Tag's scarier. And you feel these footfalls coming after you, and it's like when you like almost feel like a panic attack coming on, because like this person that you have been traveling with, granted for a week, is like the glass is shattered. Like you're noticing all the different things. You're like, I've been hanging out with criminals. I've like done bad stuff, but like I've never like committed a crime. Your mind is flashing back to the fight with Brassus, Tag's fight with the bear. Tag could have just like shot them in the chest and just finished them, not like honorably because it was an underground fight, but quickly. That's not what happened. You're starting to doubt whether this is a new change or not. You remember Tag's gun just like starting to do fire damage. You remember Tag's like different things on Tag's body glowing at weird times when things have happened. You kind of like glance over your shoulder and you almost don't recognize the person chasing you. You feel like the Tag's chasing you right now.
Dang. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. painful. Painful.
Into season 1, babies.
Oh, so painful.
This campaign is different now.
Totally painful.
Are you like still like running away?
I would say
Clem.
Not to
Clem
speak
will,
for
like,
you. I think Clem's running a little faster now.
Okay.
Clem's like, well, there's like a, like a heart racing, kind of heavy breathing, like panting, kind of, like now starting to feel like a little like afraid. I guess
This is India. This is not a bad thing.
What?
You're doing a luck check.
Oh.
You feel what level spell slot is invisibility?
Oh, it's higher than I have. It's a 2nd level spell slot.
You feel through great effort of your familiar, not familiar, kind of your familiar, like through an effort that you didn't, not that you didn't know was possible, but you never expected of Indy, you feel a 2nd level spell slot kind of regain you, and you feel like your book is not as like, maybe like, not alive, but like not as powerful as it like probably was. Indy has given up one of the like arcane eye abilities that you have. You can't use it anymore for the day, but has given you a 2nd level spell slot.
I think like okay, so I'll be like, Clem is wait, let me actually roll something. Okay, so Clem's like kind of like running, like feeling like a little bit more panicked and a little bit less like, like aware of where he's looking, and he's just sort of he's not going back to the riot. He's just sort of like going like in the opposite direction, and he's like gonna like trip over like a cobblestone and just sort of like hit the ground like pretty hard and just sort of like look back and like kind of like as he like
You take 4 damage.
as he oh cool
Holy shit!
damn.
You like kind of crack your skull,
Ouch.
but ow.
Yeah.
It's like a bad skinned knee.
Oh, wait, what is 4 damage? That's 18 health.
God.
And Clem's like gonna like kind of like stand up and like kind of shuffle backwards as Indy's sort of like like spectral bookmark style,
You
just
see
sort
the
of like spinning
the
around,
power, like
just like kind of spinning around Clem, and like Clem is just sort of like backing up until he's like not there anymore, just sort of like backing up until he's invisible and the bookmark is gone and he's invisible.
For a hot second, you don't feel like, you feel like, oh my god, my friend is running away from me, what's going on? For a brief second, you almost feel like you feel like an instinct. This is not anybody controlling you. You feel like an instinct that like my prey is getting away, like my mark is getting away, and you feel that like you don't see a flinch in Tag, but you feel like the instinct to like reach for your gun and shoot.
Oh my god.
So like before Clem's like 100% like totally invisible, you'll hear Clem say like, Tag, please, like don't follow me. I'll see you later. And just sort of like totally invisible now.
He like keeps just saying like Clem over and over. It's just like kind of walks up to where you disappeared at and like looks around, and like when he feels that weird urge, like says like Clem like just a little bit more aggressively than he normally would, and then it's like what?
You hear a Clem, and then
just like back to pain, like
There's no response.
Fuck. Or like, where are we? Just in an alley?
You're, I'd say a third away from the edge of town.
It's
like you got most of the way out there.
Side streets.
We ran back a little bit, but then
Thank you.
Yes, please. Tag is gonna.
What's Tag do?
He's gonna freak the fuck out. Like he's alone again. And there was like.
You want ice?
No, just water. It's good. Thank you.
I guess, do you want ice, Lucas?
Okay.
And there was so much that he like wanted to say but couldn't figure out how to, and just it couldn't like come out, so he's just gonna start, thank you so much, like kind of rambling off and just like turning around being like, Clem, I'm sorry. This wasn't what, I didn't know what to tell you. I just wanted to, I couldn't, fuck. It was so stupid. That was such a stupid thing I did, and I always do stupid shit, and I can't not do stupid shit. I don't know why, but, being around you, it didn't make me feel like I was doing stupid stuff all the time. It was like I was just being me, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. With Keller, I didn't, I was freaking out. This wasn't how I meant it to happen, Clem. Please, I'm just, fuck. And then it's just like hits a wall. Probably just punched the door.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't go away forever. I'm gonna go find the others. But please don't go back to the school. If you can hear me, please. And then...
There's no response.
Crying, sobbing, growing up.
Crying, sobbing, growing up.
Quick note.
Oh man.
Too much coffee. I'm like, ugh.
You're feeling it.
Ugh.
I feel like we're on our bullshit tonight. This is good stuff. This sucks.
I'm trying to think of a scene that reminds me of where it's like not the betrayal, but like chasing someone into the alley and then they disappear and it's like, no, please, I'm sorry.
Do you know? Well, okay, when I disappeared and you were like thinking like you were like chasing after Clem, but then like was like realizing like that he's gone and stuff. It was kind of reminding me of the the first like Lord of the Rings. Like Boromir is like chasing after this, and then he realizes like the effect
like,
that his actions have had, and then he's like, "Wait, I'm sorry," and he's just like crying like on the side after he like doesn't see Frodo anymore. It's like it felt like that, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's not the vibe that I thought we were gonna end up with." But damn. Oof.
So
I'm glad that you don't like my pained, scared faces.
No!
I wasn't looking at it because I was like, I need to stay focused on being mean to
Tag.
Tag.
Look over you. I'm experiencing too many emotions.
Okay, so unless there's like anything specific you want to do like on the way, you can take a short rest as you're walking.
Okay.
I'll take some D6s of health back.
I've never...
I think you get most of your stuff back on a short rest. I'll say even the new things that you have as you're walking alone. I don't know. How does Tag? Don't ruin this moment. As Tag is walking down this, path, I'll say we started in the morning. You experienced 2 riots. It's probably late afternoon. The sun is setting. What is Tag doing if anything, to cope with what just happened? Like as he's walking back, as he's walking to his the only 4 other people that he knows in town.
Which for just to remember is who?
Camille, Garen, Hinda, and Pavel. Urok didn't come.
So Garen, Hinda, Pavel,
Camille.
And
Camille.
Camille was the bard?
Camille was Varys's.
Camille's the paladin.
Okay,
the moon paladin.
Okay. Who's the bard? What was her name?
That was Daria.
Daria.
You guys haven't talked.
I know.
Daria's we haven't talked to her for a while. Yeah.
Since the fight, Daria's kind of been MIA.
Since the Barasus incident.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be like just idly like mumbling to himself like that.
Oh man, this.
Do you think Tag?
This combination of like heart-wrenching stuff back to back plus this music.
Do you think Tag is more toward like a wallow sorrow spiral, or do you think Tag's angry?
I think he's pissed at himself, and he'll be like kind of idly like just like tugging at his emblem and like touching his horns and being like, what the fuck, what, like just to the everything, like what the fuck, why did I do that, why, Like, he knows why he did what he did, but he can't, like, put that into words.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I know I'm not I'm not like a DM,
Danny?
but I'm curious.
Yeah.
Like, is Tag like upset at why did I do that? Meaning, like, why did I die, or like why did I take the deal, or like why did I do like what specifically? Kill Keller?
Kill Keller, and like definitely why he didn't figure out a way to like tell Clem what exactly happened and like why he would have even taken that deal.
For sure.
And definitely why did I go check that stupid wizard? Not even worth it.
That's like every D&D player's
and
like
it's
lesson
just like,
is like, you know, be careful when you're looting your body.
And it like caught like thinking back to like all of the past major fuck ups that like got him kicked out of the last 5 gangs that he's been in, like all the way back to like when he first left.
I'll say on that note, this is the first one that feels like it's actually your fault. Like the other ones were feel like they're kind of like, oh, it was like, oh, it's my fault because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, it was my fault because I shouldn't have joined that, joined that mission. Oh, it was my fault because I goaded somebody. I made fun of somebody and they went into a duel with me. This one feels like it's the first one that like you're like, oh, this one is actually on me. This, not necessarily like the like you got hit in the head with a brick, but like everything afterward, you're like,
that was definitely my fault.
These are like that's like a normal. Yeah. That's like one of the other ones, but everything else is like, oh, this is, I did this.
Yeah.
So as you sit with that,
while Clem is afraid, Danny the player would like to hug Tag.
Yeah.
Nah.
So as
it's a lot to go through.
It's not gonna get better. As you're leaving town, you kind of like are going over like the side hills, like it's evening. Not many people are out, and you kind of see the tower that Camille was mentioning. It's like you see like some of the windows are busted out. It's like a half stone, half timber, like mainly falling apart due to not being used and regularly maintained. But it's like still like it's just like a thing that the only reason it looks fucked up is because they've like stopped using it. It looks like a relic from like before the unification, but you weren't like around before the unification. You don't really know what things looked like back then, but it just looks old. It looks like both old and like a relic in that it was probably used when these areas were more like wild and like less like regularly traveled. Like parts of like the shingled roof are missing, and there's like small holes letting like light out. And you're like, oh, letting light out, smoke. People are here. They made it. It's like moss covered stones and everything, but it largely looks solid. As you enter, you kind of like, oh, this is the door. You like peek in the window. You see your friends. As you enter, you see Garen, your companions, Garen, Camille, Pavel, Hinda, all sitting around like a fire pit that's in the center of the room. You kind of just like open the door quietly, I'm assuming quietly.
Yeah.
And kind of just like observe them sitting around the fire. They're not like but they're just like idly chit-chatting, like doing things that you would do as you're just like burning time, waiting for people to come. You see like it's like mainly empty, aside for like larger pieces of like big wooden tables and like a desk and crates that are kind of like falling apart but like still like usable. The higher levels provide like a decent roof against the elements, since you saw the roof was a little holey. And then the smoke kind of nicely travels up the stairwell and kind of out, so they don't have to like worry about getting coughed up.
Yeah.
You kind of stand in the doorway, and then you notice Hinda look up at you. Hinda's like, "Oh my God, Tag, you're here. Tag, you're back." Like they kind of just see like your silhouette in the thing. They like recognize the horns and the tail and whatever.
Yeah.
And they all kind of like excitedly hop up when they like see and hear you enter finally. They start saying like, "Oh, thank God!" Like you hear like happy sounds from Pavel. Garen turns around, and the last person to turn around is Camille. And Camille begins to say, "Thank the moons that you guys are," and she just stops, like mid sentence, as she slowly turns to you, and then she just like is like dead eye contact with you, flat expression, and just like puts her hand on her hilt and steps in front of everybody else.
Tag like holds up both his hands and then like takes a step back and is like, "Ooh, we're good. No one followed me." What do you mean?
Outside.
Okay.
As you look around at everybody else, Hinda and Garen are kind of like obviously like alert now and confused. They're looking at you and they're like, "I don't know, you look fucked up." You also see Pavel, tensed, hair on the back of his spine, eyes starting to glow, and just like the low scared growl, and the back of their throat.
Utterly tragic.
And Camille waits for you to walk out the door and go down the steps.
He does a half-hearted "Oh, nobody just wants to know about."
She stomps her foot and moves her head.
And I'm gonna go. And then follows her out.
You see Camille close the door, cast a spell on the building, and then points over at two rocks that are surreptitiously a decent point of away, and just waits for you to sit down on one, and then sits down on the other one.
He goes and sits down.
And she just sits there and is looking at you.
So you, I assume, have some kind of divine sense or whatever. Is that what I'm picking up on? Or is that what you're picking up on me, but the opposite? Do you want to... Staring at me
this isn't the time for jokes, Ty. We all saw what Dayron did. We all saw the power he was wielding.
You think
and it's the same thing on you.
I didn't have anything to do with that. This isn't... Shit got really bad back there.
Where's Clem?
He didn't
want... Where's Endo?
We got Endo out. They didn't want to come with us, and Clem, I couldn't get Clem to come with me either.
Does it have something to do with what happened?
Obviously it has something to do with what happened. This isn't what I thought was gonna happen. I didn't want this to happen, but I didn't want to die there, because if I died there, then who knows what the fuck would have happened to Clem afterwards, and because I would have left him alone, and then, that's a really stupid way to die.
You see, after you say that, she softens a little bit. She's like, "Oh, this is a bad situation, but I'm being the bad mom." And she softens a bit and is like, She kind of just like puts her face in her hands. Was like.
But I freaked him out and he ran off, so probably for the best.
I wouldn't say that, but I'm sure you understand how bad of a situation you're in.
I actually don't, if you'd love to elaborate. I did, literally get compelled to take out that you actually didn't meet him. There's some backstory there, but Hinda had some. I'm getting off topic.
The prisoner.
Yeah, I was. If I didn't kill him, I would have probably died. I was pretty bad shape. But I kind of wanted to kill him anyway, so he was a shithead.
She's like, that information kind of makes her like stop and think. She's like, okay, you're not. She's just like kind of like rolling through what you're saying, kind of like thinking about each word and like each thing you're saying and giving each thing like it's like adequate thought because this is a bad situation.
If only you had to read a bad situation.
I know.
Bad situation. Dark past. Okay, well.
Letterkenny. The Dark Web.
What?
You don't watch Letterkenny? I'm not allowed to derail.
Yeah, because then it's on the recording.
Then it's on the recording. Yeah, they have to edit around it.
When this goes on YouTube and we're famous.
Oh my god.
Exactly. So she is just kind of like breathes out and then like really quickly like makes a small fire in between you guys. She looks over at the tower and sees that everybody else is looking at you guys too, and she's just like moves like kind of turns away from you and is like, don't like stay away, but like give us a moment. She casts like a calm emotions on the fire to kind of like help you like relax. You see her go like her gauntlet starts glowing and she goes to like gingerly touch you, and then she like not like has it like, oh, you're gonna bite me, but like that's not a good idea, and then like her like gauntlet stops glowing. She thinks for a minute and then like pulls out like a big healing potion. And I was like, this is a tough situation we're in.
Like pulls the cork out with
yeah,
his teeth.
it's like just chucks it.
Yeah.
So you feel like whatever panic attack, whatever anger you're feeling kind of like starts to like subside. You're not feeling emotion. You're not feeling your emotions as strongly as you were, so you can kind of think a little bit clearer. And she kind of like waits for that to kind of go through. And then kind of just like starts back and says, so, and walk me through what happened after we left, and then you don't have to, if you don't want to, we can just kind of.
I mean, he kind of like roughly summarizes.
Then the point to which I'll say you stop, kind of like not unnaturally, but like poignantly, but not because you like intentionally stopped right before you go and like, hey, and then I went to go check the body of the Dragonborn. And then I'll say you say that bit slower, and then get to the part where you're unconscious, like, and then you're like, I was unconscious, and then that's where you need to start talking. Anderson start talking.
Started losing a lot of blood, and Clem and Endo were there, and then they weren't, and then it was just me and someone talking through a window with a hand out.
So as you start to describe what happened in that inky space, the almost, not like immediate, but you start to feel like the reversal of the, not like the spell is being reversed, but like just thinking back into that moment is like the power of like this calm emotions is stopping to work on you. Just because it's such like an intense moment, both like personally and in an arcane sense. And I'll say that I'll do an insight check. Ooh, that's not great. No, she only gets a 10. I'm gonna say that she doesn't really get why. For a minute, like, and she's just kind of like, "What? You were in an inky black space, and what do you mean by that?"
I'm gonna assume that's where I went when I died.
And then you can see when you said you died, she reminded her of that, and that kind of clicks. And then she's kind of starting to get uncomfortable because this is, I thought I could help you at least in some way, but I'm scared anything that I do. She's just kind of like, you can see her like mental Rolodexing through all of her paladin stuff. I'm scared that anything that I do will actually hurt you. Holy spells against it, what I can only assume is a infernal connection never ends well.
Good to
the
know.
reason that, holy people like myself have advantages against, the reason we were able to beat back the 9 hells in the first place, you feel like your heart, like kind of just like, I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys, when you're just kind of like sitting and doing, and like your heart hurts for like a second.
You get a heart stabby?
Like a heart stabby.
Yeah.
You get like a heart stabby when she mentions.
It's not happened to me, but I can
like
imagine.
heart stabbies.
Heart stabbies. You just get heart stabbies?
Like you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
like, oh, my heart.
Like heartburn?
When the night, it's kind of just like a. Like
when you're running.
Like a twinge?
Yeah, kind of like a twinge, but it feels like somebody's like pinching like an inside muscle.
Okay.
When she says like, oh, when we sealed the 9 hells, you feel, that's when you feel it. That these sorts of connections like were just cut off. This stuff, I mean, it happens every so often when you're near like relics, like the book. When you're in places of importance to the devils that where they would be on our realm. But like I haven't seen this sort of intense connection since pre-unification, and that's a problem. That means that the powers from that side are growing stronger. They're able to find avenues. They're able to find follower. I'm not saying that you're a follower of whatever is connected to you, but do you do that in game?
Not to that degree. More just
give me a deception check with advantage.
Because he's not a follower, but he's like, I don't know my exact connection.
What's Tag's alignment?
I don't
know.
tend to. Alignment feels
18.
Pretty. I usually keep alignment to like bigger NPCs because it's a lot easier to be like, oh, Daeron's lawful evil because he's bad, but he has a mission, and he's willing to do anything to achieve that mission, kind of thing. Camille is neutral good because now she's neutral good. She was lawful neutral, but that shifted when she chose not to go with the rules and protect people. So like those kind of things, they're a lot easier for NPCs because I can just decide. I think it's kind of limiting for PCs to have alignment because you're like, I'm chaotic
Yeah.
I'm chaotic evil. It's like, no, you're not. You're
Evil
not.
is like a really strong word.
Chaotic
I feel
evil is like Asmodeus. Like,
yeah.
I will do whatever it takes to do whatever I want with whatever power I
feel
have.
like chaotically, neutrally, ethically questionable.
I would say, probably chaotic neutral.
I would say chaotic neutral.
Fits y'all.
Chaotic neutral would be my
chaotic.
closest estimate, I think, probably.
So, I know that that's not good information for you. I realize that that's not exactly helpful or might not feel good, but the way these things I've seen happen, you have to dive a bit into it to understand what's happening to you, because in that understanding of your situation not only empowers you, but in some cases may be able to take power away, not physically, but we're in a world where what you say in these spaces is incredibly important. What the nature of your deal is, how stringent both sides were, or how open-ended they were. Names are important.
A really
alignments.
open-ended thing to say.
What?
I just said yeah.
I mean, I can't blame you, because if I was in your position with what you know, I wouldn't have known myself to be buttoned up on my ends. I'm like, yes, but that doesn't leave you in a great spot, per se. And that's the first time you've seen her almost tell a joke. It's like, you're not, that's not good.
That's reassuring, at least. Thank you.
Or a tag like yes anded to all of hell.
Not even yes anded, just yes.
Sure.
Not like
cool.
And
out
of character. Basically, what she's saying is that the best thing you could have done in your situation would have been saying yes,
but
and like it's like meeting the hands with your own but I'll do it for 30 days.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk again.
Yeah.
The last thing she tells you in this conversation is that when you talk about the incident with Keller, she kind of pushes you past the information, like the confrontation with Endo and Clem, because she realizes it's a little bit too fresh. But
too raw.
Just too raw. It's just straight up too raw.
Too soon.
The last couple things she tells you are like, so with what happened with Keller, you started to feel like pain. The only thing that I know in that kind of realm, anything like that, is something called the Chaos spell.
Chaos spell?
This is not the time to make jokes, Tag. You could, if you, somebody...
I don't know how to spell it.
G-E-A-S.
Gaius.
Chaos.
I don't know how you say it, I guess.
So basically, what it seems like, I don't know if this is the case, you need either someone holier than me, or someone more infernal than me, to kind of give you that knowledge about how far this goes. But basically, because you were so open-ended, it allowed this being to command you in open ways. And if you don't follow those commands, and they feel like you're, like, you can, like, do it badly and it'll piss them off, or you can be like, yeah, I'll do it later, and that'll make them angry. But if you staunchly oppose that command, they have the power to hurt you very badly.
Figured that out.
Metagaming wise, lots of d10s of damage. So, you need to. There are limitations in that spell that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to talk to people that know about this kind of shit.
Who would know about this kind of shit?
So, you kind of have options. You can either choose the holier than thou route, or the route you're probably gonna choose.
I get the vibe that not most people who are holier than you are gonna have the same reaction as you. Just given with what happened about 10 minutes ago.
I almost killed you, just to save the people in there.
I think
I almost killed you.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you. I just felt. I don't know how many paladins you know. You don't know paladins.
I don't
know. You don't. You don't know paladins.
You know.
For us, and for clerics.
Some of my best friends are paladins.
My best friends are paladins. Evil, and what is on you is evil. There's kind of no way around that. I don't know how you feel about it. Doesn't really particularly matter in this moment because it's something you have to deal with. Evil radiates off of beings like a stink to us, like it's rotting flesh and food. Like you can just you can feel it coming. Good radiates off of people like music and singing.
Nice. I love that bias.
So do you feel like the thing that happened to you was good?
It was in a really bad situation.
Does that feel good right now?
No, it doesn't.
When the wind blows on your open wounds
no.
that have infernal runes carved in them, does that feel good?
No.
So what happened to you was bad?
Yeah.
That's a Camille per perspective. So, I mean, I know of holy people in Moonrook. That's where I'm going after tonight because I don't want to be in this town anymore. Partially because of this, because this power is something that I can't deal with alone, but partially because more people need to know, more powerful people need to know what Daeron did.
Yeah.
Because 100%. With that kind of power, I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow either just kills the Count or even worse, gets the Count on his side. So I need to get to Moonrook before his lackeys and tell them what happened. I'm assuming that Garen is going to come with me to do the same thing.
She should go
with you.
You
get one more.
One more what? Okay. Jesus Christ.
Because we were talking, the four of us, Hinda's also heading in that direction.
Okay.
Somebody needs to advocate on behalf of the school to make it known that it's Daeron acting as if he had the power of the school behind him, and he doesn't because the second in command is here and doesn't agree. I don't know what Pavel is going to do. As much as he could go with you on your travel, but I don't think he's very comfortable with that. We can only speak vaguely together.
Speak to Pavel?
Can you not?
No.
I mean, we speak through our power, through our holy power. Do you know what Pavel is?
A pandelope, right?
Well, yeah, but normal pandelopes can't wield swords and heal.
He's a really cool pandelope.
So I wasn't able to understand fully from him because it's a very vague way of talking. It's more of emotions back and forth. Think Ahsoka talking to Grogu. He wasn't always a pandelope. That's the best that I got from him. Something happened to him, and now he's a weird little guy. I think that might have been something that you and Clem might have been able to handle in the past. But if, I don't have known you that long. But that might be another quest for another time until either you two reconnect. You definitely need to understand this before I think even Pavel will feel comfortable traveling with you. Cheers. So, you can come with us to Moonrook and just be a walking badness. We can do our best to protect you and vouch for you, but not everybody on the road is going to be like, hey, we'll believe you three instead of that guy who's mean.
This isn't like to this level is new. It's not very unusual for me to not be like immediately well received wherever I go, so.
Then the place that I'm recommending to you to go, the places I should say, you might find company. To the south, let me pull up my notes. I was like, I don't need that note page. I will delete that. One moment. Fuck, that's the wrong one. No, that's also the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Can't believe you.
How dare you?
Also sorry, Dan.
I know, I'm like...
What? Wait, why are you apologizing to me?
Because you're just sitting there.
You're just hanging out.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just hanging out. I'm here for the story. I know where I am and where I'm gonna be. That's fine.
Terrifying.
So, to the north of us, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's La Bosque. The rumored cursed forest. I think it's just town people being like, it's still wild. None of the unification stuff is able to touch it because it's that intense. It encompasses like the top part of the continent. I don't know if you've ever looked at a map. Sorry, that came out a lot more. This has been a long day. Underhome is the capital of there. That's like the closest thing to a city you'll find there. It's hidden amongst the trees and the mountains of the forest. We don't know. I mean, I've been alive for hundreds of years, and I've never had a reason to travel up there. But like not much is known about that area. Like too many people are scared, or too scared, or not brave enough to find what's behind those old trees because they're old, and you guys kind of like glance over. And I'll say you're on kind of a hill, and you can the trees are so big in some areas that you can see them from here.
Okay.
They're like mystical
like
redwoods.
skyscrapers.
Jeez. And nobody really. She kind of mentions nobody really knows if they're just that big because they're old, or they're that big because they're alive and they're ants, or they're that big because the druids there are empowering them to be bigger. The other place that I recommend, and I kind of think this is a better option because I don't know shit about La Bosque. I think it looks cool. When I'm done with Myling and I retire, I might go up there just to see what's up. I think there are more. She kind of gestures at herself. She's not like a wood elf or a sea elf or a high elf or any kind of normal D&D elf. I'm stealing something from WoW. She's like what are they called? They're not dark elves in WoW. I'll remember the name. No, night elf. She's more like a night. She's her skin is a lot darker. It looks like a high elf and a drow kind of mixed, but it's doesn't have the sunlight sensitivity and stuff. So she's like a dark lavender skin, kind of really dark. I think that's where my people are from. I'm not really sure. But the other place I'd kind of recommend going is the Silver Marsh to the south. Anybody who's seeking knowledge of death, decay, growth, rebirth, anything in between of that's the place. Most, if not all, of the notable necromancers, spore druids, twilight speakers, dream walkers, anything that has to deal with, not the moon, not the sun, and sometimes the elements, kind of where those spaces connect. That's where that knowledge is. there are deep connections to the world and to these magics there. Some people even believe that like parts of the marsh itself are alive. And they commune, like people there, like the old druids, the old witches, the old warlocks, the old clerics. Like people think that they commune, they're able to be communed with, and that the swamp communes with anybody who it deems worth listening. Others say that parts have been said to transport you to other realms. People will go to the marsh on like a spiritual journey, disappear, come back as if they've aged 10, 100 years. Different, like almost come back a different person. If there's any place to know of, to learn what you need to do to either turn this off or don't think you want to fully get rid of it, which is a little alarming for me being a paladin, but that's my story and this is your story.
I appreciate that.
I'm trying real hard here, dude.
You are trying,
So, I think you should maybe have words with Hinda. I don't know if Garen even knows you.
I don't think she does.
I don't know.
I might tell her to keep an eye
wants
out
to
for Clem, but
talk to you.
yeah, that's okay.
I can.
His like
distract
voice
Waffle.
hitches like, yeah, that's okay.
Talk to Hinda,
Yeah.
but I don't know. You should probably make it quick.
Yeah.
And get going because you need to talk to people.
Yep. Thank you.
And she tosses you to more of the same potion and he's like, please take care of yourself.
Potion!
Right now you're on your own, so you kind of got the skin on your back.
You know?
4d4 plus 4 potions.
2
Get them healing?
D4. 2D.
4d4 plus 4.
Okay, 4d4 plus 4. Healing. Potion.
You gotta get that good healing.
Well, I already got one. Now we have potions.
Now we have potions.
Again.
No, now you have
Now
potions.
I have potions.
Tag is alone.
So-
What is it? Tag alone is the name.
Tag alone.
Tag alone.
Oh yeah.
I'm changing.
Or I guess that's the next episode, right? Because this is like, I don't know, Crossroads or something.
Yeah,
Alone.
I originally had this titled Onwards but Not Upwards.
Oh.
And I'm switching it to Tag Alone.
Tag alone. Yeah, that's accurate.
It's accurate.
You're basically Zuko. Okay. Hinda kind of just like, as if she heard Camille but she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just like I just like walks up
Yeah.
and just kind of just like, thanks Camille, and like she just kind of sits there and is like, thanks Camille, appreciate the health potions that you gave Tag, and like it's like, get the fuck out of here, I need to talk to my guy.
Yeah.
Camille's just like, okay.
Aggressive little halfling.
And
Love her.
then she just like shoulder checks Camille out of the way and sits down.
How does a halfling shoulder check?
Somebody
In the waist.
Somebody who's mad that
Shoulder check
was
in the waist.
somebody else was the first person to talk to her gang member that wasn't her, and is also an ex-guard captain who's just pissed.
Yeah.
She just like fully just like waits to start talking until she's just staring at Camille as Camille like walks inside and brings everybody inside.
Uh-huh.
I don't give a shit what happened. We all are fucked up, some more than others.
Sure, yeah.
Some more than
Yeah,
others.
I guess.
I get it. This is your fault. I know it feels like it's your fault because you did the things, but you were in a corner.
It was my choice. I made it.
Or be dead.
I
These things are massively fucked.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know people personally. I've heard stories of people who've made deals or whatever. they either go on to rule hell themselves or
Sounds like
they
a lot
get
of
it
responsibility.
fixed. Yeah. You thought running the gang was a lot. I mean, what gang? Right? She just goes,
Hey, you did best gang leader.
we're the last two right now.
Wait, where'd the other halflings go? Oh,
I
switch, but
she scattered them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She formally disbanded the gang.
Yeah.
She's telling you this. She
Uh-huh.
formally disbanded the gang so that other gang members could join other gangs and not have bad blood.
Yeah.
So she's like, I formally did. They know the real.
Mm-hmm.
And with Switchfoot gone, Daria's in the wind like she should be. And you want to think about Endo right now because that's the last favor that I call in from somebody I haven't talked to in years, because you don't just ditch to you don't turn around and fight, but also I get it because I've done that.
You have?
Have you not killed any of your exes?
Not that I'm aware of.
She kind of sits a little bit more like mommy. Have you ever had any exes?
No.
She just puts her small hand on your big knee. You'll get there. It's fine. Take your time. There's a mom thing that says, we all grow at our own pace.
Okay, Hinda. This is great.
I
really appreciate this.
I've never had a kid.
We don't have to have this conversation. I genuinely appreciate it.
You're like my kid, so I have to protect you, okay?
The words
so,
I use.
Yes.
So, we're gonna keep this short and sweet. I overheard Silvermarsh. Go there.
Okay.
I don't trust context at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And Endo went AWOL, and that was the last contact I called in. The only people I know are on the East Coast, so that's where I'm going.
Wait, who are you gonna go to talk to on the East Coast?
I mean, the only person I know left there that has any sort of power I can't. There's no reason to assume that Aaron is an isolated incident because that was too intense of a thing that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure other shit's happening. So I need to figure out what's going on. So I need to go talk to. She just kind of exhales and just looks at you and is like, I need to go track down your dad.
I was gonna say.
Ooh.
If you see him.
Do you have something you want to say? Do you want something you want me to give him?
I mean, it's been a while.
I mean, he's your dad. I'm sure it's not like you'd never not become someone's kid. I know you. I've known you for a bit. You fuck up a lot. I don't think there's anything you could have done other than that, and you haven't done that.
Don't tell him about this. If you see him, please don't tell him about this.
We're good.
Thank you.
Oh god, no, you get to tell him about that. That's not a thing that I'm gonna get in the middle of. But I don't think there's anything you could have done or could do short of actually attacking him that would break that bond.
Yeah,
You have one
yeah.
of his guns.
Yeah. You just.
So
you
I'll
just
tell
him I'm
I'll
okay.
just tell him that I bumped into you.
Thank you.
you have your father's gun. You have your mother's eyes. It's
I mean, she does kind of take and do a double take at your horns, and she doesn't say anything, but you can kind of see as she's talking about your dad and seeing your horns,
I got,
okay.
Everything hurts. My head
She
especially
just
hurts.
looks. She kind of stands up and kind of does and just gives you a sack. 2,000 gold.
Oh,
to
what?
Your,
Holy cow!
thing.
Jesus
I
Christ!
don't really know. You can't use my knives.
Hobo
'cause I need
bindle
to use
full
them.
of cash.
Well, she's a gang leader. She
That's
is,
true.
and the take from the thing that Clem has. Endo has the other half of it.
Oh, okay.
So just all, it's just I don't.
He's gonna take the gold.
She gives you 2 more healing potions.
What?
I don't know what else
Hold
to.
on. Hit that. Okay.
And then she just really tightly grabs your leg and just death squeezes it.
He
It's
hold on.
move tonight.
I'm going. He pulls her off his leg and actually kneels down and hugs her with one arm and then pulls out Switchfoot's knife that he took and is like, I grabbed this.
She just doesn't say anything and just pushes it back down. She rolled a nat 1 on a sleight of hand check. You just feel her put a coin in your pocket.
Where do you keep all these things? You don't have a backpack.
Have you ever fucking heard of a bag of holding before? And she just like opens up this magic bag.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you're a gang member. This is like gang 101. Like when you're stealing things, you just take as much as you can and throw it in the bag of holding and then run away.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just like, you don't get this because this is mine.
Okay.
There's like an H stitched on the side of it.
The H is for holding, actually.
She says that. and then Langston looks at you and is like, we found a horse that just ran out of town.
I did. I killed Keller.
Good.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
He's just like,
Yeah.
If I saw him, I would have been like, Barrett should have done this and just put him a knife in his head.
Yeah.
The Brutus don't need to, don't care. Roll, give me, give me just a flat, like, wisdom roll. Just add your wisdom thing, because it's not, like, insight, it's not perception. It's just kind of, like, what you feel. What is that?
So many 8s. 10.
10. With a 10, you don't know you don't know if it's just because you're like achy and stuff from being awake all day and you're like getting the shit kicked out or whatever. But when she mentions La Brutas, you just feel something. And you're like, that was
Throws up a little bit in his mouth.
you're like, ugh. Like, yeah, you can't tell if it's just because you hate them or whatever. And then she has like message and stuff, right? I think.
Yeah.
She messages the horse. And she's like,
salt.
and then the horse just rides up and rides up next to you.
Did she slip the coin in my pocket?
Yeah. You'll have time to look at that later.
Okay.
No, it is Zuko alone.
You have that weird little bird horse.
Bird horse.
And then
Horse.
she's like, I'll figure out something for Pavel.
Thank you.
I think
Make
there's
sure
a
he eats lots
cinch.
of big fish. He likes big fish.
The big fish he ate on your bed.
Yeah.
We should have burned down the full frog when we left.
You've got to make a full frog too. The fuller frog.
I'll come up with a better name. The name was First Thought, Best Thought. It was good.
It was good. It was
But
good. It
she's
was
kind of,
good.
she's like, you can see her like being like,
I hope you get insurance money if you burn it down. Blame it on the
The
gang
next
violence.
fucking
Hinda
riots.
The riot.
Hinda
Yep.
commits insurance fraud.
Yeah, she just like walks away. She's just like, you
The
hear her
mini
say,
episode.
you say like, what the fuck? Why didn't I think of that? And she like walks back to the thing.
There's a little short
Yes.
that comes out between the
Yeah.
2 seasons of
Right.
just Hinda.
Just like
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
but no meth. It's just
No.
It's basically all the scenes in Breaking. Have you ever watched Breaking Bad?
No.
Well, they have a laundromat. No, they have a car wash that's a money laundry
Yes.
scheme. So it's that the
Yes.
whole time. You guys talked about that game.
Fire Emblem.
You guys talked about Fire Emblem for 2 episodes, so I get to have a reference that you guys took it. So yeah, the crew kind of like goes away. Hinda kind of like hops up and sends a message being like, make friends where you can find them. Look for more. If you need a cover, just say you're looking to gun down people like Daron. Because it's not necessarily
Solid.
wrong. You don't have to lie about something that's kind of true.
True.
She just kind of shrugs and like watches you.
See you.
We'll be in touch.
Titan gets on the horse and I guess goes to Silvermarsh.
Cool. How tired are you?
How tired
I need
am
to pee
I,
really quick.
Danny?
I need
Yeah.
to pee really quick.
Pretty darn tired.
Okay. tad enough to have the first thing happen next session be your intro, or
Sure.
okay, cool.
I think that seems pretty good. Seems like good.
No, I'll fade out the music when I do. So.
Yeah. Unless you have like a real stinger you want to put in now, but
No.
Okay, cool. Then
I'll just describe the.
I think the next session then is
Cool.
a pretty good time for introductions.
Figure out what you'd be doing at like. It's not like a shanty town, but like when like when caravans kind of like curl up and kind of make a circle of like protection
Hell yeah.
and like a.
Already know exactly what he's doing.
This is. You're not holy.
No.
You're more of an idea person, so
Yeah.
you're not going to have similar reactions.
I can still. I was.
You still have divine sense.
Yeah. As you were describing that, I was still looking.
Yeah. So I would say you
But I'm
don't.
more
You
of
don't
an
gain the. You
idealist
don't gain
than
the
a priest.
benefit. Yeah, you're an idealist.
Yeah.
You're like George Washington, but in the way that George Washington was like, I don't want to be president anymore because that's not right.
Sure.
You keep saying Captain America, but I'm like,
I mean, yeah.
I don't like them.
No,
I have fundamental
get it.
issues with that character.
No, fair. That's
but
fair.
more like the first person than the second
Yeah.
person, I would say.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey.
So yeah.
have a good sesh.
As
Did you have a good one?
we
Are you
watched,
having a normal one?
we watched Tag gallop kind of at a medium speed down the trail, and there's like one of those like signposts that point in every direction.
Uh-huh.
With I'm just gonna list off a bunch of cities with Raboske, Hammerhold,
You gotta write these down.
Colomes, Pine Peak, the Silver Marsh.
That's where I live.
Pine Peak?
Yeah.
What?
That's where I live.
You live?
That's where Andy lives.
Oh, is that literally what that's called? Okay.
Yeah.
The Pine Peak Mountains and Pointing Away, Moonrook, Ithamar.
Ithamar. God, I was
you
trying
know,
to remember.
Yeah. You
I'm
know
like,
Ithamar.
where am I from
you kind
again? Ithamar.
you kind of look at Ithamar, kind of just like sigh, and then you find Silver Marsh, and you turn that direction.
Is that the one to the north or the south?
The south. So yeah, as you kind of are trotting down the thing, you're kind of just like going over, not like even like when you're driving home and you're just like I'm gonna hit the bed when I get home,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just tired, but like you can't, your body won't let you fall asleep because if you fall asleep you'll die. Like when you're driving a car at like 1 a.m.
Yeah. When you're driving a horse.
Yeah, when you're driving a horse at 1 a.m. and if you stop focusing, you'll just careen off the road and hit another car and explode.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of in that, like, you're not really like thinking, you're just kind of like listening to the sounds and everything, but you can like feel your arm already starting to like not like heal itself, but
Kind of crusty.
you're not sure if it leads you to believe that you're not sure if like the healing potion's starting to work.
Mm-hmm.
You did like a short rest so you kind of feel your stuff, or if your arm still hurt because it was meant to hurt you.
Mm.
It would, like, this was meant to be like, this hurts.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of like when somebody like pushes in a,
Yeah.
you're not sure if it's like, this just hurts because it's an open wound,
Or
or
if,
this
like,
might
it's
have been meant to be
intentionally,
a punishment. And on that thought, we'll end this session.
Oh my god. Where is Clem?
How do you feel?
Embarrassed.
Why embarrassed?
That was a lot of attention.
Why? Spooky, huh? I don't know. You'll find out where Clem is later.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. You'll never know. Well, I guess you'll know next.
I'll never
Thursday.
know.
Next Thursday.
Hopefully next Thursday. I don't want to play D&D on Wednesdays. Hurts my brain.
Hits your brain?
Or it hurts my brain, or it makes me feel like want the episodes to reflect my emotions, which are sad on Wednesday, because I'm just like
I don't
so
know.
tired.
I feel like this one was pretty
This
good.
if there was an episode I wanted to have on a Wednesday, it'd be this one, because I needed to be in a space where I'm just like, I just need to not feel. I just need to, because I would stop myself from being mean, and this is an episode where I needed to like drive-in knives.
Damn. I feel like I was able to achieve everything that I